Hey guys. Hi, I'm Pete White. I'm the founder of Herbitual, a skincare line for people with dry, sensitive, and eczema-prone skin.
So what led you to create Herbitual?
Well, in my late teens and into my 20s, I suffered from chronic eczema. And I was literally covered head to toe. I had dry skin, rashes, I couldn't stop itching, and really couldn't find any solution for it for years. I was struggling a lot. I basically went through the typical sort of treatments. I went to the doctor, I was prescribed steroid creams and used those liberally all over my body, on my face. And then when things got really bad, I actually had to take oral steroids just to give me some relief. And I realized, after a few years of just using steroid creams that things weren't getting any better. Occasionally it would clear it up for a little bit, but then as soon as I started trying to taper off the creams, it would really just come back with a vengeance. So I realized intuitively that steroid creams weren't really a long-term solution. And so I started trying all sorts of different natural treatments. I was having oatmeal baths, I was using cream that had colloidal oatmeal in it, but I wasn't getting any relief from that. I ended up making my own sort of creams and pastes. I was literally mashing up fruit and vegetables and putting it on my skin and just trying to find anything that would soothe it. And at the height of my suffering, I must have been 3 or 4 years in. I remember going into the medical library. I was at college. I wasn't studying medicine. I started looking up skin and trying to understand, the skin barrier, just in the hope that I might find some sort of clue that would help me find a solution to this problem. Because I was literally going out of my mind. I had some days where I literally didn't think I could go on. I'm not the sort of person that's suicidal, but I used to joke that my goodbye note, if it ever came to that, would just read "too itchy." And I always had a bit of a sense of humor about it, but there were days where, I would just scratch until my skin bled, and then it would just be so painful. And I was so hyper aware of my skin all the time because it never really gave me any relief. It was always very dry, very itchy, and kind of just stinging most of the time. So I tried all the sort of natural solutions that I could get my hands on, tried making my own sort of formulas. I actually moved from Australia to London, and my flatmate in London saw how much I was struggling with my eczema, and she suggested that I go and see her acupuncturist. So I was like, I'll try anything. So I went to her acupuncturist, and I remember lying on the table and having the needles put into me, and it was literally the first time that I felt relief in my skin in, almost 10 years. And it was that point where I was like, oh wow, this is actually doing something. It was like my skin went from